Now we're going to the final speaker of this plenary session, and of course, after that, we have Dr. Asha giving the closing remarks. But first up, for the final speaker, we have Arvind Agrawal, founder at Advait Institute, joining us. Arvind works best at the intersection of problem-solving, writing, entrepreneurship, and his skills have been writing, blogging, media creation, solving widespread unstructured and silent problems. Let's see what he has to bring to the forum today. A warmer round of applause as we welcome Mr. Agrawal.
Thank you, Dr. Narendra and team NCube. And thank you for giving this podium today to get my idea across to you. And I'll request that all of you can pull out your cameras. There is a QR code on the third page. This article which I'm sharing with you is available as an article on my website also. Can you go to third page and make it large? Yeah, you'll be able to scan it, and this whole article is available to you. And in this gathering where we are so excited about artificial intelligence, this article was written just yesterday. After my mobile reminded me about today's incident, today's event, I did a speech typing, and there are some errors here. I'll accept. I have not done the second, third, fourth round of editing which normally goes. So you might find few errors there. I'll correct it over a period of time, maybe in another 2-3 days, it will be corrected. You can go to the page beginning now. If you have scanned, or if all of you have scanned, you will be able to see this article on the website. We talked about this leadership for tomorrow. There is a theme of the theme of the event, theme of the conference. Now, if you look at it, developing leaders for tomorrow is by itself a complex problem. So if you look at slightly, can you expand so that everybody can at least take a look at the problems and complex problems. There are problems, but when can we call a problem to be complex problem? When it has multiple root causes. Or if it is appearing in 10 instances, each of the 10 instances had different root causes. So there is a way to solve normal problem, but when it comes to solving complex problem, that is where my, you can consider me almost like chai wala. If you ask me lassi, I'll not be able to, provide lassi. So I am selling only solutions for complex problems, widespread problems, and, that is where I have adopted the framework approach. Framework approach, can you go to the page 1, please? Page 1. Yeah. That's where you can look at the heading. We have taken framework approach. Framework approach provides kind of flexibility, partly structured, and then partly you can call it decentralization, or letting the customers or the users develop their personalization themselves. It happens in IT sector day in and day out. Say, for example, WordPress is a framework. And taking WordPress framework, one person develops e-commerce platform, other person develops e-learning platform, and the third person develops a video blogging platform, and fourth person develops maybe a institutional e-learn. So the framework gives part structure, part scope for personalization or customization. So that is where I would take liberty to say that I'm in a very special position to have some capabilities to address very complex problems. Say for example, we are all concerned about, say, the work-life balance, for example. All of us corporate sector, people, work-life balance is a big question mark. Now, if you ask, how do we solve the problem? How do we solve this work-life balance problem? We may have a number of solutions, but ultimately, it is not that one solution will work for everybody. Right? We have something called 6 critical life positions. 6 critical life positions which control the quality of life. Right? There is just 2 hour a plug-and-play course out there. I mean, it's available on the website. That's where, the complex problem needs to be solved in slightly different way. And that is where, if you look at, then in the second part of the article, I've talked about there is a root cause, and there are, if you go back long enough, you will be able to find how it, originated altogether. Origins. And I think I'll take a connecting point from what Mr. Jha said, that, around the time when industrialization and capitalism came together, around 500 years ago, I'll add the third dimension to it. That was the period around the time when they means so-called, you will be able to, visualize in your own mind, few groups of people or few cultures, they also learnt the art of right or wrong, that I am leaving to you again to judge, art of colonization, right? Go to the new territory, colonize it, control it, plunder it, repeat. Colonize, plunder, repeat. Colonize, plunder, repeat. So with the combination of this triad working together around 500 years ago, this triad created whatever society, whatever education system, whatever economic system, whatever market system that we are living today in. And it did some good for a couple of decades and a couple of centuries, 3 or 4 or 5 centuries. But today, not only us, even they themselves know that there is something which is going wrong. They are also looking for answers. They are perhaps looking for answers from maybe, like Mr. Kamath said, Chanakya Consulting. The point is that everybody, including them in the West and including we in the East, we are looking for some solutions. That's where my very specific, very unique position is, that I work at the intersection of what we can call, I'll use the word Indian knowledge system because we are aware about it, but I'll rather prefer to call it ancient knowledge system, something which prevailed even before industrialization. If you look at Indian society, there was a time we were producing 35% of the world's production, right? We were very prosperous society, very prosperous society. So there is something which gets into what we can call ethical prosperity. It is possible. And if we can contribute that ethical prosperity to the rest of the world, it will be like the moment of Om or moment of yoga, the way we gave Om and yoga and so many Ayurveda and so many things to the world. If we can do something about it, giving to the world the mechanism of ethical prosperity, then it will be a huge contribution for next 500 years. Today, when I'm talking about it, I may be in the very nascent stage about whole concept. But we have a very detailed framework through my book called Advait Vyavasaya Upanishad, which is a 500-page book, which is outlining 10 fundamentals for conducting business in a very ethical manner. It's possible, right? We have to revisit our own roots. There is a concept of Navanidhi. There is a concept of Ashtalakshmi. There is a concept of, you don't need to really become religious for that matter or spiritual for that matter. Even our own business communities like Marwadi community and Sindhi community and, they have been practicing certain ways of, doing the business, which, made them prosperous, the Vaishya Varna that we call in Varna Vyavastha. That is something which is possible. But then, of course, I understand that we are living in the time when we need to go through, the expectation, the lifestyle of today, and how we combine it with the ancient knowledge system. That is where, Advait Institute is the go-to platform, right? Quickly, I'd like you to look at it or maybe draw it yourself on your notepads. It's a vertical, a simple Y, and at the bottom you have earth and calm, right? I'm drawing from the quad, which we have all lived in, and we know about. Earth and calm. That is what the Western system or the modern economic system is all dependent on. Earth is paisa, kama is bhog. And on the extreme top, on sides, you have moksha and dharma, for example. Moksha is when you are looking for, becoming one with the cosmic energy altogether once. And dharma is when we are securing the society, securing the wisdom, securing the, guiding the people. But how will it happen is, if you go through, because, you can't expect somebody who is living a worldly life suddenly to go to, Vanvasa or maybe, to the mountains and Kandras, he will not do that. It's not possible. But yes, if we have to go from here, and if we can come to this point of being ethical, naitik, then we will be able to achieve a lot, and it's possible through the frameworks which we have on Advait. The link you have got, it's available in PDF format. Maybe I'll I'll request the NCube team to share with with the participants. And if you would like to ask any question, the email ID is there. If you would like to, visit it, I'll put some more illustration in the article when I'm, refining it in a day or two. I'll refine it and I'll put some videos also, right? So thank you so much, and there is a lot. Thank you.
So as rightly informed, the entire proceedings of the event would be shared, and of course the article which our leader has been working on would also be shared with the participants. Once again, let's give Dr. Advait a bigger round of applause.